KKRL presents high school sports.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome out here to beautiful Merchants Park on this Tuesday evening. It is sunny and gorgeous outside, 85 degrees. You're listening to the Mackey Motors Tailgate, brought to you by Mackey Motors Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive. At Mackey Motors in Lake City. Check them out online as well at MackeyMotors.com. We are coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages in Carroll. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Kuemper hosting St. Albert in baseball action tonight. Hawkeye 10 conference matchup. The Falcons coming in 5-6 overall, 3-3 in the Hawkeye 10. They have dropped to one straight, losing to Clarinda 4-0. They're 1-4 in their last 5 games for the Kuemper Knights. They're 8-6 overall and 5-4 right now unofficially in the Hawkeye 10 conference. They also dropped their last one out, falling last night in the second game of a doubleheader to Red Oak 8-4. They had won that first game 5-2. Knights are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Joining me for my broadcast partner tonight is Doug Waniger. We've got Casey Minders over here to our right, running our video package here tonight, so you can watch and listen to tonight's game on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. You can find the link by going to YouTube, or you can find it on the CB Sports Network Facebook page. Doug, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How could you not be good sitting here at what I think is probably the nicest sports complex of any sport in the state of Iowa from a high school standpoint?
Yeah, and we're in the new press box that was built after last season, and it's a fun place to be able to call a baseball game, and we should have a good one here tonight. These two teams just met up back on June the 5th. Kuemper ended up picking up a 5-0 victory that night, Doug. And they did it with, I think it was a 4-run fifth inning. It was a tight game up to that. They scored 1 run in the fourth and then scored 4 times in the 5th inning to take control of the game. So this should be a pretty good game here tonight.
These two teams have got a good rivalry. They've had good programs for a long time, always been pretty consistent, had some really good games several years back when I was attending, back when Cal was playing, or before Cal was actually in the lineup. Gosh, I remember a couple of ball games down there with the Berg boys. I think it was Kyle was pitching. Just a tremendous baseball game. But two good programs, and of course, St. Albert's still coached by the legendary Duncan Patterson, whose son was probably, like I was telling you, maybe the best high school baseball player I've seen, definitely in the discussion, but came up here and won a state title 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So two good baseball programs.
Let's step away real quick. We'll be back with more of our Mackey Motors Tailgate in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Mackey Motors Tailgate rolling on here on Kick 106.7. Jeff Blankman, Doug Wanderger again here with you tonight. Let's take a quick look at that St. Albert starting lineup. They'll lead things off with their center fielder Parker Heisterkamp. Batting second, playing left field is Owen Marshall. Out at out at shortstop. Batting third is Jeremiah Sherrill. The catcher Cole Hobbs is in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth and playing third base is Kyson Nadjwick. The first baseman, Kale Yurkowski, is in the number 6 hole. Batting seventh and playing second base is Connor Holly. Out in right field batting eighth is Avery Beck. And the pitcher, Pabin Craig, will hit in the number 9 hole. We're ready for our national anthem. We'll give you the Kuemper starting lineup when we come back with more of our Mackey Motors Tailgate. First pitch in Kuemper starting lineup coming up after this.
Oh, hell no, not again. Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Area high school students have several college courses available to them at the DMAC Carroll campus and the Templeton Regional Center. The courses and books are available to students at no cost. High school students, contact your high school counselor today to talk about how DMAC college credits can be a part of your high school plan.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
And some of the crowd helping to sing the national anthem here tonight as we bring you back here on Kick 106.7. Jeff Blankman, Doug Wanderger with you again. Of course, we've got Casey Miners over here to my right. He's running our video broadcast tonight. You can watch and listen to the game on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. Let's give you a quick look at that Kuemper starting lineup tonight. Leading things off will be the pitcher Tristan Jansen. Batting second and playing shortstop is Mason Nurl. Out in center field batting third is Aaron McDermott. Charles Mayhall over at first base batting cleanup. Batting fifth and playing third is Landon Potabom. Your second baseman Noah Ryman will hit in the number 6 hole. Batting at seventh and playing right field is Ryan Sundrup. Behind the plate on batting eighth is Alex Pudens. The DH, Thomas Potabom, will hit in the number 9 hole. And Tyler Lisi is going to be out in left field. He is going to be not hitting here tonight for the Knights. Tristan Jansen again getting the start on the hill. This is his 4th game on the hill and his 4th start of the season. He comes in 2-1. He's thrown 13 innings, giving up 9 hits and 15 runs. 8 of those have been earned. His ERA at 4.31. He has walked 12, has hit 4, has struck out 18. His walks and hits per innings pitched is 1.62. Opponents are batting 180 against him so far this season. Parker Heisterkamp, again the senior, going to lead things off for St. Albert. He comes in hitting 243. A couple of doubles, has driven in 2 pretty good base stealer as well at 4 of 5. And Doug, you said his dad is a former Kuemper grad, right?
His mom and dad
Mom
are
and
both
dad.
Kuemper grads. John was from Breda, I believe, and his wife here from Carroll. She was, if I remember right, a Langenfeld. Her dad was a dentist here in town. So, yeah, they're both over here in the audience. Got a chance to talk to John, caught up with him. Used to have a few interesting conversations over maybe,
an adult beverage?
Yeah, an adult beverage or two here or there. Played softball and stuff, but just a really, really good guy, and good to catch up with him. And he's telling me that he's got all 3 of his kids at the premier university in the area, University of Iowa down in Iowa City. So, he's taught him a lot of good things.
I know exactly why you said that, right? let's take a look at that Kuemper defense. Alex Prudence again behind the plate, the 8th grader. Charles Mayhall, the junior, at first. Noah Ryman, the freshman, at second. Landon Potabom, the junior, at third. Mason Nurl, the shortstop, starting tonight again is a senior. The outfielder Tyler Lisi is a senior in left. Aaron McDermott, a senior in center, and Ryan Sundrup, a senior, out in right field. And the first pitch from Tristan Jansen will miss up top. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Our Culver's player of the game will be announced in our post game tonight. 1-0 offering. That one taken up and away, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. We get the great Jim Molitor behind the plate tonight, so we should have a well umpired game here this evening.
Absolutely. He will make the kids throw strikes, so they're going to have to bring it across the plate as he throws the 3rd pitch in there for strike 1, brings the count to 2-1.
Heisterkamp on base percentage 263. Probably will want to raise that as the season goes on. There's another fastball right in there for strike, and the count 2-2. Jansen working quickly here, Doug. That keeps that defense focused in behind him.
Absolutely. He does like to work quick.
2-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase a fastball up top. He'll miss upstairs. The count runs to 3 balls and 2 strikes. We do have a breeze tonight. It's blowing straight out to dead center field, so maybe help somebody if they hit one that way. There's a chopper on the infield out to Nurl. He'll take it on the second up. The throw over to Mayhall. Good stretch. And one up and one down for the Falcons. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, the senior Owen Marshall. Marshall coming in, hitting .306, 3 double, 4 RBI on the year. He has 6 of 6 in stolen bases. That on-base percentage at .359.
Nurl's been around this program, as has Jansen, for 4 or 5 years now. I think started 4 years. I even remember he started on that state tournament team, I think, as a freshman.
He did. Nurl did, yeah.
Very consistent athlete, good baseball player. And all of our seniors are having good years this year. And that's what it takes to make a little bit of a run.
Yeah, Jansen kind of made his splash younger career as kind of a courtesy and pinch runner, and was one of the best ones they have. 2-0 the count here real quick to Marshall. Jeremiah Sherrill is waiting on deck. Pitch on the way. There's a shot that could get through, and it will. Out in it to center field. That one a chopper right by Jansen, and on the second base side of second base. That'll be the first hit given up tonight for Jansen.
Good job.
That's going to bring up the shortstop, Jeremiah Sherrill.
Good job of hitting by Marshall. Pitched a little outside. He just took it to the right side, took it away, and drove it past the second baseman for a base hit.
Senior coming in, hitting .405. This is a dangerous guy. 5 doubles, 5 RBI on the year. The on-base percentage at .450. And again, Marshall 6 of 6 in stolen bases. So we'll see if they look to run against the 8th grader. The first pitch misses up inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mayhall holding the runner on. There's another chopper. They had it played perfectly. They'll flip it over to Nurl to throw to first in time for the 4-6-3 double play. And Doug, the Knights had that one played pretty much perfectly.
I've only seen a couple of ball games for the Knights this year, but that young kid at second base impresses me every time I come here. That was very well played, and a nice job by Nurl coming across the bag to make the throw to first.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. There was one hit. We're back in 1 minute right here on Kick 106.7.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Jansen and Mason Nurl, 2 of those guys that were a part of that 4-6-3 double play, are going to be leading things off for the night. Tristan Jansen will lead things off, followed by Mason Nurl, and then Aaron McDermott, 3 guys that have been putting the bat on the ball very well. They're going to be facing here Padden Craig, the sophomore, 1-1 on the year, 11 2/3 innings, giving up 12 hits and 8 runs. 6 of those are earned. He has walked 6, has hit 2, struck out 7. His ERA at 3.60. His walks and hits per innings pitched is 1.54, and his opponents are batting .222 against him this year. This is his second start and 4th appearance on the hill for the Falcons this season. Jansen will step in. We'll give you the numbers for the senior here in just a moment. Hard to believe he's a senior already. Just seems like a couple of years ago he was a 8th grader and freshman and getting out there and running. Pitch up top for ball 1. Jansen coming in, hitting .326, a double, a triple, 12 RBI, 17 runs scored, on base percentage of .473. There's a chopper out to right field for a leadoff base hit for the Kuemper Knights here, and they have the leadoff runner on, very similar to what St. Albert did.
Yeah, Kuemper's, our seniors at the top of the line at Jansen, Nurl, McDermott, all having really nice seasons. Batting averages are good, putting the bat on the baseball, picking each other up. McDermott, I see he's got like 19 RBIs or something like that already.
Yeah, Mason Nurl, the senior, coming in, hitting .279. Ball going to get away, and Jansen will take second. So a runner in scoring position. 1-0 the count on Nurl. Nurl on base percentage right now at .415. He has scored 11 times. Jansen, base running wise, was 10 of 10 in stolen bases. I don't know if they'll look to steal him at third. The old saying always is, you don't want to make the first or last out over at third base.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a need to with nobody out.
Yep. Pitch on the way. There is a pop-up on the infield. That one drifted over towards first base. Yurkowski calling everybody off. And the freshman will make a tough catch in the sun, Doug. That's almost an easier catch in a way for like the second baseman because he's drifting away. Yurkowski, that first baseman, staring right into that sun.
Yeah, that ball was up there in the air quite a ways, so a lot of backspin on it. And on top of that, the wind's blowing pretty good straight out to dead center, too, so that was a tough play.
One up and one out here now with a one on for the Kuemper Knights here, and McDermott will step in, the center fielder, the senior, hitting .333. Takes the first pitch up and inside for ball one. McDermott has 6 doubles, a triple, has driven in 19, has scored 9 times. His on-base percentage right now at .400. He's looking for RBI number 20. We've got a quick conversation between Cole Hobbs, the senior catcher, and the sophomore pitcher, and Padden Craig.
20 RBIs this early, I shouldn't say this early in the season. We're in the middle of the season already, but 20 RBIs is a lot for at this point in the season period.
Doug, I talked to a few of the coaches about that. Hard to believe. It feels like the season has just gotten started, but it's halfway over. There's a chopper. That could score Jansen. They're going to hold him up. Now the ball gets away from the right fielder back. That's going to be an error on him. His first of the season. And moving all the way over to third base on the play is going to be McDermott. He is going to get a single. And then he'll move over to third on the two-base error.
McDermott's saying, hey, why'd you stop him? I could have had an RBI out of that.
And Jansen will score on that error. So that right now is going to be an unearned run, but the Kuemper Knights don't care as they lead it by a score of 1-0. Charlie Mayhall will step in. Mayhall hitting, the junior, .290 on the year, a couple of double, a home run, and 7 RBI on the year. Kuemper's on the way.
Kuemper's the team hitting .272. Not a bad average for a team that they didn't think was going to hit the ball well.
Probably one of the better hitting teams they've had in the last few years.
Not hitting for a lot of power, but they're putting the ball in play.
0-1 pitch coming up. Breaking ball again. That's flied out to deep left on his horse is Marshall. That one's going to be over his head. That is going to drive in the second run. As digging in with the double is Charles Mayhall. He'll pick up the RBI. And the Kuemper Knights have taken a 2-0 lead here early in the ballgame.
Nice start. And just as I say, they're not hitting the ball deep. Charlie puts it over the left fielder's head and bounces it off of the warning trap.
Another one of the talented Potabombs stepping into the plate now. Landon, the junior, hitting .333, a couple of double, 10 RBI. Has scored 6 times. The on-base percentage at .478. Potabomb like to extend this lead if he can. He'll take that fastball on the inside corner. And the count is 0-1. And the Knights doing a good job. 3 hits already here in the inning. And getting to the pitching early on. Craig will take a look back. They're holding him on with both the second baseman and shortstop. There's a fly ball out to center. Drifting back is Heisterkamp. He'll make the catch. The runner tags but will hold up.
Nice.
There are 2 outs now here in the inning.
Nice play and throw by Parker Heisterkamp.
And center fielders always look like they're playing shallow here just because there's so much space behind them.
Exactly, a lot of room out there.
Noah Ryman now stepping in, the freshman second baseman, hitting .220, a double and 6 RBI. He's had some big games, though, at the plate here as of late. Waiting on deck is Ryan Sundrup, who's also having a nice year at the plate. Pitch on the way, breaking ball in there for a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Doug couldn't have got a better start for Kuemper with the way they're putting the bat on the ball and to get 2 runs so far here in the inning.
Absolutely. Even the outs have been with good swings.
Craig again taking a look back. Pitch on the way. Comes with the fastball. That's going to be lined into the gap. That's going to make it 2-0 or 3-0 now in favor of the Kuemper Knights.
Yeah, young Ryman, like I said, I've only seen a couple of games. Each game I've seen, he's played extremely well. Another thing I like about him, the kid's got some fire to him. He's not afraid to, throw the clap out there, do whatever. He's done a nice job.
Ryan Sundrup, the senior, coming in, hitting .353, a double, 3 RBI on the year. He'd like to add to that total here. Pitch on the way. Got him chasing a fastball on the outside edge, and the count is 0-1. Yurkowski holding the runner on, but again, staring right into that sun. Ryman 101 in stolen bases this year, more than likely not going to go. There's a chopper that's going to get out to the shortstop, making the play as Sherrill, the throw over to first is in time for the final out of the inning. But the Kuemper Knights, they pick up 3 runs. They get those at 3 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error, and they leave 1 left on base. We will head here to the top of the second. Knights on top right now by a score of 3-0. We are back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
From the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Jeff Blankman, Doug Waniger with you here tonight. You can watch and listen to this game as well on our CB Sports Network YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search CB Sports Network, or go to the CB Sports Network Facebook page. I threw the link out there on Facebook and Twitter earlier today. Kaylee Simons, our girls tennis athlete of the year, in the house tonight. Got a chance to chat with her earlier. 2-time defending champion for our girls tennis player of the year. Finished 5th in individuals this year, singles play.
I'd say pound for pound, toughest athlete at Kuemper.
Yes, there is a flare off of the fist. That's drifting out in the right center field. Calling everybody off is Aaron McDermott. He'll make the catch, and there is one out here in the inning.
I thought for a second Aaron lost that in the sun, but recovered it, track it down.
Kyson Nadjwick will step in, the third baseman. Coming in, the freshman hitting 200 with a double and 3 RBI, thanks to Casey Miners running our video package here tonight. Pitch on the way, taken up top. 1-0 the count now on Nadjwick. He'll be followed by Kale Yurkowski. Do have one score reported to us here in softball. I'll try to get that update here in just a moment. Swung on and missed was that fastball. The count runs here to 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch up top. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Yurkowski. Riverside defeating ICAM Manning in softball 11-2 tonight. Wolves will fall to 4-5. Riverside ranked in the top 5. Really good program. May win the WIC. There's a foul tip into the glove, and that's going to run the count to 2-2.
Really got to be impressed with this young freshman catcher for Kuemper, or 8th grade catcher for Kuemper.
Yeah, the Pudens kid has done a very nice job as that pitch up top. 3 ball. He does not look like a freshman back behind the plate. Seems to be very poised.
Yeah, you don't see 8th graders starting in varsity lineups very often behind the plate.
That one is pop foul back out of play. And thank you for that correction there. And we had just talked about him being an 8th grader, then I call him a freshman. 3-2 the count right now as that pitch again pop foul back out of play. 3-2 pitch on the way. That's a fly ball. That one out towards right field. Drifting over is going to be Sundrup. He'll make the catch. 2 fly ball outs to start this second inning. And that'll bring up Kale Yurkowski, the first baseman. Yurkowski with his first at-bat
just a freshman
of his season. Yep, has 0 for 0 on the year, no walks, nothing. This is his first at-bat of the year.
Looks like kind of a long, lanky kid. Might have to look for him on the basketball court.
Absolutely. We'll see how Jansen tries to work him. We'll give you that. I think I already ran through the Kuemper defense, did that before the first inning. So there's a foul tip, and the count is 0-1. I would say Lisi has slid in just a little bit out there in left field. The 0-1 offering on the way. That one finds the outside corner, and Jansen just continues to deal. Works quick. I love that when pitchers work quick on the hill. The 0-2 offering coming up. Breaking ball misses low and inside. And, Doug, you could tell on that one the moment he released it that it was not going to break.
Yeah, it wasn't going anywhere. You know, you talk about pitchers working quickly. I think the fielders all like that too.
Yes. Yes, 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. He'll get his first strikeout of the night, and that will take the Falcons in order here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the second is 1 minute away. Kuemper leading it by a score of 2-0.
Collins Aerospace, we believe in investing in our employees' future. That's why we are proud to offer our Employee Scholar Program. Whether you want to pursue a professional certificate or a degree related to the industry, we offer full tuition reimbursement and even paid study time. Our Employee Scholar Program is the perfect tool to help achieve the future you've been dreaming of. At Collins, we don't just want to offer you a job, we want to offer you a career and a future in aerospace. For details on the Collins Aerospace Employee Scholar Program, visit us at careers.rtx.com.
Dries Company. People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
The second inning coming up here on Kick 106.7 and on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. As again, we're bringing this game to you live video with the audio as well. Knights will bring up Alex Punitz, Thomas Potabom on then the top of the order, and Tristan Jansen, 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the second. They lead it 3-0. First pitch on the way is popped up. Punitz's second at-bat of his high school career, and that one's going to be caught by the shortstop, Sherrill. So one pitch and one down for the Knights here in the second.
Knights making contact, though. I don't know if they've had a swing and a miss yet.
Thomas Potabom will step in. 320 hitter on the year is the junior, 3 RBI and 10 runs scored. That on-base percentage right now at .541. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. He has walked 8 times and has been hit 4 times this year. So as that number 9 hole, Doug, finding a way to get on base.
Yeah, you want to get him on base because he come back with the top of that lineup. He gets another base hit.
That's going to be a base hit out in it to left field. Gets by Kyson Nadgwick, the freshman, who reached out for it and just couldn't come up with it. 5th hit of the night here for the Kuemper Knights.
I think you might
that'll bring up Tristan Jansen.
You might see the Knights try to send Potabom. Got just a couple of steals on the years, but got pretty good speed.
Yeah, 2 of 2 in stolen bases. Jansen will step in. Singled and scored his first time up. There's a throw over and back in easily is Potabom. And Doug, we see it almost every game, not in every game, but in almost every game where somebody ends up throwing the ball away. Pitch on the way, squares around to bunt. There's the throw down to second. They've got him, and he's hung up to dry out at second base. So that is the second out inning. Very nice throw that time by Cole Hobbs, the senior catcher. Had him, Doug, by about 2 steps.
Yeah, perfect pitch to receive and throw, and he did a great job. And I thought Potabom got off well, had a good stop. Thought he might have a shot at it, but they nailed him.
Jansen steps back in, breaking ball. Just misses outside. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom half of the second. Knights have already got 5 hits here in the ballgame. But it looks like Peyton Craig maybe starting to settle in a little bit. Just as I say that, he misses wide. And the count runs to 3-0. Duncan Patterson giving signs over there in the third base coach's box. Or the third base dugout, I should say. There's a swing and a miss. They did correct the count here a moment ago. It's now 2-2. It was 2-1. I thought that first pitch, I didn't think he had pulled the bat back.
That scoreboard's the sun's at that point where that scoreboard's hard to see.
There's a breaking ball, and that's going to hit him. Got him on the foot on the hop. So that'll be the first hit by pitch of the ballgame. And that's going to bring to the plate now Mason Nerl, who popped up to the first baseman his first time up.
You know, we just saw the arm of Hobbs as Nerl comes out, or excuse me, Jansen comes out, pinch runner in there.
Yeah, I don't think they run for him if there's not 2 outs here in the inning.
Logan Ryle, I believe.
Logan Ryle, I think, is the courtesy runner over there at first base. Pitch on the way.
It is
in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
It is a warm night out there, so getting your pitcher off the base pass isn't a bad idea.
No, especially with 2 outs. You don't want him to run and then end up getting tired right before he has to go back out. Pitch on the way. Called a strike on the outside corner. And the count is 0-2. I'm liking Jim's strike zone
I like his strike zone a lot tonight.
I like that outside corner. 0-2 pitch coming up. Got to work with Dan Pomeroy the other day. That one taken up top. And that'll run the count to 1-2. He said the same thing about me working with you.
Did he?
Yes.
feel the love all the way around, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a foul ball. That one's going to drift back out of play, up over the netting, and then up over the bleachers up the first base side. I like that they've got the netting in up the lines this year. Some of those balls would get up into those bleachers really quick.
Yeah, Palmer, one of the very best umpires probably in the state of Iowa.
1-2 pitch coming up. Surprised he's not working with Jim tonight, but he must have had some better plans. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He told me that, and I know. But he told me that they only work like 2 nights out of the week. I just assumed most of the time it was together. 2-2 pitch on the way. Chopper on the infield. Arranging over his Sherrill Hill field. The long throw is in time. That was a nice athletic play because he had the body twisted, but still ends up making the play. No runs on 1 hit and no errors. And 1 Kuemper runner left on base. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. Kuemper on top here by a score of 3-0. We're back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, 3rd generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
7, 8, 9 due up for St. Albert here as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch on the way, taken up top to the second baseman. The count is 1-0. Holly, a sophomore, hitting .233 on the year, is doubled twice, is driven in 5. The 1-0 pitch, fastball missing up and in, and the count 2 balls in, no strikes. And Doug, you got to give a shout out to somebody that's tuning in tonight.
Yeah, my mother. She listens every time on the radio. So hello, Mom.
2-0 pitch on the way. That one flared out towards right. Pudens comes in, makes the diving catch to snag it in. There is now 1 out here in the inning. Outstanding play
Ryan
that
Sundrup,
time
I believe,
by Ryan Sundrup.
Yeah, I was going to say,
outstanding
really
play
a
that
nice
time.
play.
Yep. He has played really, really well this year on both sides. Played well defensively. He's just got the 3 errors, but that .353 batting percentage right now, or batting average, he's done very well. And Doug, if your mom listens every time you're on the radio, you're doing every game with us from now on.
Well, maybe. I was just noticing Sundrup when he batted before, he's right-handed.
Yep.
And but he throws left, and that's the opposite of what if you usually see one and the other, it's usually the other way around. But that was a really nice play, especially battling the sun.
The sophomore Avery Beck fouls the first pitch back. He's hitting .200 with an RBI, 2 runs scored. Pitch on the way, breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count runs now to 0-2. 0-2 offering on the way. Popped up. That one's going to drift back out of play. That one may land back behind us, and the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes.
I was talking to some of the fans before the game about the Kuemper team and parents that get to all the games, and they said the thing that they've done lately is they kind of minimized.
Chopper out towards Neural, ranging over there as Potabom from third. He'll scoop and score as he played that one right in front of Neural, who had to charge. That was an easier play, Doug, for Potabom because he was running towards first base where Neural was coming towards home to field that one.
Yeah, Neural may not have had a chance to make the throw had he fielded the ball. But I didn't want to jinx him by saying that they're making the plays that they need to make just as he hit that one because it was going to be a tough place, but a real nice play down there by Potabom.
The sophomore Padden Craig, the pitcher, stepping in, hitting .188, 4 RBI on the air. He'll take the first pitch just off the outside corner, and they count 1 ball and no strikes. We do have Jeff Storyhaunt in the house tonight. He's up the line right now taking pictures for us. Those will go on the CB Sports Network website, Facebook pages coming up later tonight. Those are free to download thanks to the sponsorship of Mackey Motors and the CB Sports Network. 2-0 the count on Craig. And as you know, Jeff the best in the business. 2-0 pitch on the way. That one is popped up. And that one is going to drift back out of play, especially as a guy that just goes out really and shoots just sporting events.
Yeah, he's outstanding. Does a great job.
Yep, 2-1 pitch coming up here. And that one is a chopper again out towards Neural. Nice play as he fielded that one off to the side. The easy throw over to first. And another 1-2-3 inning here in the third for St. Albert. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. The Knights are going to bring up McDermott, Mayhall, and Potabom. They lead it 3-0. We head to the bottom of the third in 1 minute on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Doug said it during the break. I'll say it as we come back to the broadcast, heading here to the bottom of the third. We've got a great crowd on hand here tonight to see Mike Power and Kurt Brasomley in the house here tonight as well. Also, see Father Collison, and who's watching that? Oh, Will Miner's watching the video tonight. Will, how you doing? Hey, I understand you're videoing for us on Saturday. We thank you for that. There is a chopper over to third. Nice knockdown by the third baseman that time. Nadgwick, the throw over to first is in time to get Aaron McDermott. And Doug, that was a heck of a play by the third baseman.
Yeah,
and a really nice stretch by Yurkowski over at first base as well.
Yeah, it was a shot. McDermott thought the first baseman pulled his foot. I don't think he's really sprinted or lost his footing a little bit coming out of the box, so he didn't get a good jump out of the box, or he might have beat that down there.
Charlie Mayhall stepping in. Mayhall doubled, driving in a run and scored the final run of that first inning as Kuemper built a 3-0 lead. And there's another possible double as he hits that one down the third base line. Rounds first, he's digging into second. Marshall getting to that one, but the throw not going to come in time. So 2 doubles to start the night here for Charles Mayhall. And Doug, he might be trying to at least put the first initial of his name on that Culver's player of the game.
Absolutely. That was a rocket, too, right down third baseline and hustled around to the line and made that turn at first. I didn't think he was probably going to take for second, but he didn't even hesitate, just hustled on down there. So Kuemper in business with 1 out and runner at second base.
6th hit of the ball game here for the Knights. Pitch on the way. That is going to get away from the catcher. Mayhall will move down on the pass, ball in, and Potabom out in front now, 1 ball and no strikes. He flew out to center field on a pretty well hit ball in his first plate appearance back in the first. We're here in the bottom of the third. Kuemper with 3 in the first. Nobody else has scored in the game so far, so the Knights lead it here 3-0.
Long fly ball, ground ball, second base side, something like that. Score that run.
Hit it over to the right side of the field, yep. Let that play happen in front of the guy at third. Pitch on the way. Check swing does not go around, held the bat back. He'll take that pitch up around the eyes. In the count now, 2 balls and no strikes.
As you mentioned earlier, Landon, a couple older brothers, played a lot of baseball for Kuemper, Cooper Potabom, and of course his older brother, who, first name, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on it now too, and he was an outstanding pitcher.
I was just going to say it,
yeah.
And I know he dates Carly Baum over, that I know.
2-1 pitch on the way. Runner goes, and we are going to get a foul ball. They were trying the suicide squeeze there, and Potabom bunts that one foul. Maybe his mom will shoot you a text and remind you what the name is.
I can't believe I can't say his name.
I can't think of the name right now either. Blake, there you go, Blake Potabom. Yeah, Blake had a really great career. Cooper came in behind him and had a really strong career, but battled some injuries.
Yeah, Blake battled some injuries. It's too bad he got hurt his senior year.
Yeah, 2-2 pitch. There is a chopper.
To get the run in.
And that is going to score the run.
And be a hit.
Trying to get over there is Craig to field it, not able to do as that was just beyond home plate. And crashing in was Nadgwick, but he had no shot, and that'll be a base hit, an infield single, and an RBI for Potabom. That'll score Mayhall, and the Knights have pushed the lead now to 4-0.
Good start for the Knights, and that's what they've done all year. When they've got the opportunity to score runs, they're bringing them in.
Noah Ryman stepping in. He had an RBI single his first time up. This could be two. Grounded to the shortstop. The flip to second in time. The throw to first is not in time. So beating that one out is going to be Ryman, but he'll reach on the fielder's choice. Potamom out on the 6-4. I'm surprised in a way, Doug, the strong arm we saw from Sherrill here just a little bit ago, that he was a stepping away from second base. He could have fielded that one, stepped on the bag, and then he'd have been going towards first base. They might have turned that double play if he'd have tried to turn it himself.
Yeah, make it himself.
Ryan Sundrup, who just had that great catch out in right field, steps in. He'll take the first pitch up top. 1-0. He grounded out to the shortstop. His first time up back in the first inning.
Ryan, another one of the seniors, having a nice night, or a nice year for the Knights.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good lead for Ryman over there at first base, but Craig not paying a whole lot of attention. Yurkowski is holding him on. Doesn't look like, especially with 2 outs, that he's going to go. A little shorter lead. Now he dances off. There's a throw over. He's back in safely. Everybody talks about the first baseman, and it is really hard because first baseman's got to try and catch the ball. But I think it's got to be hard at this time of the night, even for that first guy on first base, to pick up the pitcher's move, as there is a foul ball down the first base side. And that one is going to be dropped, and it's just going to stay in fair territory. Right fielder not able to make the play. They're going to hold the runner, Ryman, who is running on the play at third. Sundrup will reach on the air. And that's the second error here tonight for Avery Beck, the sophomore, who came into the ball game with no errors on the season, but he's got 2 here tonight. And Doug, I thought with that one coming off the end of the bat, it was going to go foul, but it never did. It just kind of hung on the line and then dropped about a foot fair.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be well foul, but you got to remember that wind's blowing straight out to center field, so it probably affected it just enough to keep it fair. I thought Coach Lujano was going to send that runner from third base, and looking back, the fielder didn't throw the ball right away. He's probably wishing he had, but
Alex Pudens will step in. That's a flare. That could be trouble. Coming in and not able to make the catch is back. That'll drop in front of him. 2 runs come in to score. The Knights have pushed the lead to 6-0.
And Alex might want that baseball. That's his first varsity hit. Gets 2 RBIs with it as well. It's only his 3rd at bat of the year.
Do they do that? Do they give the ball to the players in the game today?
I don't know if they do, but I guess not.
Okay. We are going to get a runner over at first base. Checking in is going to be Griffin Bauer, one of the elite courtesy runners in the game today. So Thomas Potabom will step in, takes a pitch down in the dirt, and that is going to move Bauer up to second base. Knights have scored 6 here tonight on 8 hits. But only 3 of those runs have been earned. They've been helped out by some struggles defensively for a St. Albert team that has not been bad defensively this year. The pitch in there for a strike.
Nice curveball.
Yep, and the count runs a 1-1 now on Thomas Potabom.
Thomas got a runner out there in scoring position. Base hit his last at bat.
1-1 pitch coming up. That one taken downstairs for ball 2. Pretty decent lead for Bauer. Again, they're holding him on with Sherrill and Holly. Sherrill, the shortstop, and Holly, the second baseman. Holly behind the bag. Now what's been happening is he'll leave, and then Sherrill kind of dances over that way. Pitch on the way. That one has popped up. That's going to drift back and land right on top of us. A little jump out of Doug there. And the count is 2-2. You flinched.
I didn't think I had enough energy to flinch. Bauer, another one of those kids that's brought into the Kuemper program as a base runner, and gets to see a lot of action.
Yep. 2 balls in, 2 strikes to count. Pitch on the way. Line drive right back up the middle. That could score Bauer. Getting to it quickly is Heisterkamp. His throw is going to be cut off. They will not make the throw home, and the Kuemper Knights have pushed the lead to 7-0.
And nice job by Thomas Potabom driving that base hit right up the middle. Gets another RBI.
7-0 now in favor of Kuemper. Their 9th hit here of the night. They are not done yet. As the top of the order, Tristan Jansen stepping in. He singled and scored his first time up. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning. So we're here in the 3rd. He's already in his 3rd plate appearance. He'll take the first pitch up top for ball 1. And Casey, I got to ask, has Will said yes already? I'm trying to talk him into videoing for us on Saturday. There's a line drive base hit. That's going to get into the gap in right center field. Rounding second and digging for third is Potabom. They're going to send him. Jansen digging in now to third. The throw to the third is going to be in time, and they're going to get him.
But the run scores.
Yep, the run did score.
Good job by Jim Molitor. I was worried about that because if the out would have been made before the run scored, it wouldn't have counted. But Jim Molitor was right on top of it. And the Knights put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the third.
9-6-5 to get Jansen. He'll get credited with the double, but thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. 8-0 now, 9-0 in favor of the Kuemper Knights. Actually, 8-0 in favor of the Kuemper Knights. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Kuemper in control. We're back in 1 minute on CB Sports Network and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Area high school students have several college courses available to them at the DMAC Carroll campus and the Templeton Regional Center. The courses and books are available to students at no cost. High school students, contact your high school counselor today to talk about how DMAC college credits can be a part of your high school plan.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. It has been all Kuemper so far in this one as we head here to the top of the fourth inning. Doug, I didn't tell everybody the numbers there in that last inning, but 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and nobody left for Kuemper in that bottom half of the third, but an 8-0 lead. You certainly don't want to give no chance to St. Albert. So if you're Kuemper, you want to stay very focused and keep playing the way you have.
Yeah, and I think they will. St. Albert's still a good program. Again, they're not going to lay down and roll over. That's for sure.
So St. Albert going to have their top of the order doing up. Parker Heisterkamp, Owen Marshall, and Jeremiah Sherrill. Heisterkamp grounded out to short his first time up. That started off the ball game. Tristan Jansen still on the hill here for the Knights. Kuemper off the rest of this week. Pitch on the way. That's a pop-up. That's going to drift out into shallow center field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And it got out in there between McDermott and Ryman and DeNurl, and just drifted far enough that the infielders couldn't get to it, but it was too short for McDermott to get to it.
Hit them where they ain't.
Second hit of the night here for St. Albert, and the leadoff runner on. That'll bring up Owen Marshall. He singled his first time up, but was part of a 4-6-3 double play to end that first inning.
Yeah, the last time St. Albert's had a base runner in the first inning, the Knights turned 2.
Pretty good lead over at first. Pitch misses inside. Great job by Pudens to get over there, Doug, and get that one, and that keeps the runner at first base.
Again, really impressed with the young 8th grader.
Yeah, not playing like an 8th grader, that is for sure. 1-0 pitch coming up. There's a shot that could be caught. McDermott comes in. They've got the double play. If he makes a good throw over to first, and taking it on the hop is going to be Mayhall. The runner was going on the pitch and must not have heard the crack of the bat, and didn't get back. He reached second base before he realized that that ball had been caught.
I'm not so sure it wasn't a hit and run.
Yeah. F8-3 for that double play. 2 outs here in the inning. And you can see the Kuemper coaching staff still coaching the youngster behind the plate. He didn't back up the throw to first. And you instantly saw the dugout telling him he needed to move on that as Jeremiah Sherrill will step in. Pitch on the way, check swing. He's going to have gone around, and the count 0-1. Sherrill grounded into that 4-6-3 double play to end that first inning.
Those are the little things that make a baseball program, a normal baseball program, a good baseball program. It's all those little things. Went to a 5th grade 10 or 11U game up in Lamar's the other day, and it was the same thing when I was talking with my nephew about just the little things that you do. Running balls out hard, backing up the throw from pitcher to catcher. Don't turn your back on the baseball when you're on third base, that type of stuff. Just little things that you take that step, and might save a run from scoring, or you might score a run that you wouldn't have scored if you weren't paying attention.
0-2 pitch up top. Count 1-2 now on the batter, Sherrill. Cole Hobbs waiting on deck. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning. Pitch on the way. Chopper foul at the plate. And the count will remain at 1-2. Interesting that, technically in a way, they've had 2 guys get on base here so far tonight, Doug. Both guys have turned into being out on a double play on the very next batter.
Yeah, Kuemper, as we get a ball gets away from Poods a little bit, quite a ways outside, still pitching to the minimum at this point.
Yes. And I didn't like Tristan Jansen when he came down that time. Didn't look real good, and then rubbed his stomach, so hopefully didn't maybe pull something in the side or anything on that last pitch. Looked good on that one. Came back with a fastball, then just misses. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. 3-2 the count. Potabom playing the line, and that
he's
again, and he's hurting. Yep. And I wonder if the Kuemper coaches have noticed that. Either that or he's just frustrated that he's missing that side. But Doug, as soon as he threw that one, he kind of bent over.
He went right to his side again.
Yep. The walk going to be the first one issued for Jansen here tonight. That'll bring up Cole Hobbs, the catcher. He flew out to center for the first out back in the 2nd inning. McDermott backing up a couple of steps with Hobbs coming to the plate. He's got some pretty good power. He's doubled twice this year. Short lead over at first, and there's a rocket down the third base side. Tracking that one down, but unable to knock it down is Lisi. That's going to roll out to the warning track. The run going to come in to score as they were running from first on the play. So Sherrill scores on the play, an RBI double for Hobbs. And that'll be the first run given up here, 3rd hit. And that'll cut the Knights' lead to 8-1. Jansen now having a conversation with Mayhall, the first baseman who's coming in to talk to him. I wonder if some of the guys maybe noticed that little flinch a couple of times out there on the hill.
Yeah, I don't think there must not be anything going on, because the coaching staff would be coming out, or he'd be saying something.
Yep.
But certainly hope that there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, and he might just be not happy he was overthrowing or something, but he bent over the moment, turned towards first both times and bent over. Kyson Nadjwick now will step in. The third baseman flew out to right field his first time up. Breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner. He certainly on every other pitch, Doug, hasn't acted like there's anything wrong.
No, it was that 2 or 3 pitch series there earlier, batter or so ago, and all 3 pitches were well outside.
0-1 pitch coming up. Comes back with another breaking ball, swung on and missed. Runner goes to throw down to third, going to hit the runner, but in safely is going to be Hobbs. He'll get a stolen base on that one. And the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. St. Albert trying to chip away at this Kuemper lead here in the 4th.
Don't want to give him anything pretty here to hit with 0-2. Make him chase a little bit.
Falcons a pretty proud program. Just won the state title a couple of years ago. Chopper out to Nurl. He'll take it on the low hop. Easy throw over to first, and that is going to be the final out of the inning. But St. Albert strikes. They pick up 1 run. They get that 1 run on 2 hits. There was no Kuemper errors, and they leave 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Knights on top here by a score of 8-1. We're back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Mason Nurl makes an effort on a breaking ball in the first pitch here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. He takes it in there for strike one. It'll be Neural, McDermott, Mayhall, 2-3-4 due up. And there's a line drive just past the outstretched glove of Sherrill out into center field. Another base hit for the Kuemper Knights tonight. That should be their 11th of the ball game. That'll put the leadoff runner on with Aaron McDermott coming in. He singled and scored in the first and then grounded out to third on a bang-bang play his last time up.
Several of the Knights got hits tonight.
Yeah, almost everybody in the lineup, I think.
So I was just looking down through. Almost everybody's got one.
McDermott, a chopper. That's going to be gloved nicely by the third baseman. And the throw is going to be made again by Nadgwick. That was a really nice backhand by a freshman, and able to make the play. Neural will move up to second, but one out here in the inning.
Yeah, it wasn't hit quite hard enough to get past that glove, but still it was a good swing by McDermott and moves Neural over to second base.
Charles Mayhall stepping in. He's 2 for 2 tonight, 2 doubles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. First pitch on the way onto Mayhall is swung on and missed. Came with a breaking ball. And the count is 0-1. And Doug, you got to wonder what the bullpen issue is with St. Albert tonight. They've given up 11 hits and 8 runs, and a lot of that through 3 innings. And the pitcher, Padden Craig, is still out on the hill. Pitch on the way.
And there's nobody in the
chopper
bullpen.
Over to third. They've got the runner in between second and third. They'll go to first. Now the runner going to third. The throw to Sherrill is not going to be in time, as Neural did a nice job of waiting and then moving. They do get the out over at first base for the second out here in the inning.
Well played by everybody there, including the third baseman. He did a nice look back at Neural at second base, fired over, and then the first baseman made a nice play, but a nice job of base running by Neural. He timed it perfectly and got in there easily.
Didn't go far enough back that he couldn't make it over to third. Nadgwick, though, with a couple of back-to-back good defensive plays at third. There's a swing and a miss by Landon Potabom in the count 0-1. Potabom 1 for 2 tonight. Flew out to center in the first. Single driving in a run in the third. Then was a 6-4 force out at second base.
Knights have been aggressive on that first pitch, chasing it a lot of times, and several of them come up with base hits on first pitch.
I think he's thrown a lot of off-speed pitches, Doug, and they're usually around that strike zone on that first pitch.
Yeah, he's gone to the off-speed pitch here as the Knights were drilling him on that fastball.
1-1 pitch coming up. There's another off-speed breaking ball, and the count now 1-2 on the swing and miss.
See if the Knights can pick up that run that the Falcons scored in the top of the fourth inning.
1-2 pitch coming up. And there's a chopper out towards short. Sherrill will field. He's got to hurry the throw, and he's able to make it in time. The Knights get a couple of base runners, but come up empty here in the fourth, and no runs, a 1 hit, no errors, and a 1 left. We're through 4 complete, 8-1 Kuemper. Back in 1 minute on this Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Mason Nealon and I will write up and type up our recaps of all of our area baseball and softball tonight. You'll find those later tonight at sports.1380kcim.com, all part of the CB Sports Network. Again, that's on the Brinks Exterior Sports Report, full stats and full recaps of all of the area games. Cale Yurkowski, Connor Holly, and Avery Beck do up for St. Albert. Top of the fifth, Kuemper on top here, 8-1, and the pitch in there for a strike to Yurkowski. The count 0-1. He struck out swinging his first time up. That was the third out in the second inning. Jansen still on the hill. That one popped up, drifting towards the first base dugout. Mayhall giving chase, and he is going to make the catch. Jansen also hustling after that one, but Charlie Mayhall with the nice play, and there is one out here in the inning.
Yeah, the ball hung up there a long time. Charlie able to get over there and make a nice play. If he wouldn't have got there, Tristan was pretty close himself.
Connor Holly now stepping in. He flew out to right, and Doug, I was saying hi to people in the crowd or mentioning people that were in the crowd. I almost forgot Former Carroll County Sheriff Doug Bass, one of the truly great guys that I know, is sitting in the house tonight watching his grandkids.
You don't know very many people, do you?
I do.
I was just talking to him earlier when I came walking up. And I said, well, Blankman and I'll find a few things to say about you.
1-0 pitch. I always say nice things. There's a chopper over to third. Pottebaum will scoop. High throw. It's going to sail on him. Mayhall tried to jump coming over it from right field is Sundrup, but reaching second on the overthrow is going to be Holly. So that'll be a two-base error on Pottebaum, who had him if he didn't sail that throw. A runner now at second with a one out here in the inning, and the batter is the right fielder Avery Beck. He grounded out to the third baseman to Pottebaum his first time up.
Yeah, Landon kind of double pumped that one. I think if he'd have just made the play on the first place, it made a nice pickup. Right. The ball was hit sharply, made a nice pickup, and airmailed it though a little bit. I think if he just because he probably double pumped it a little bit.
I do try to get out to golf with Doug once a year. Now, I'm a horrible golfer. He's slightly better than I am, so how's that?
Well, you know, when he was...
There's a hit by pitch. So Jansen now with a hit by pitch will put runners at first and second. So there's me taking a shot at Doug, is saying that he's not, he's not
that great a
Scotty
golfer.
Schauffele. He's not, Scotty Scheffler out on the golf course.
Well, we were talking about e-bikes,
Yeah.
And he and his wife both bought an e-bike.
Yes.
And, I finally went to the dark side this year or last year and bought one myself.
Yeah,
and,
are you getting ready? Are you doing rag, Brian?
No.
Okay. You've done that in the past, though.
I have done it, but
not the whole thing here lately, but you've
No.
done a day or two here and there, haven't you?
2 years ago, I did 2 days.
Okay.
But prior to that, I've done 10 of them.
Okay. I haven't, to be honest with you, where is Ragbri this year? What
Yeah,
part of the state?
I
have
don't
no
even know.
idea. Yeah.
Don't even know. I'd be afraid to get out there with an e-bike. Somebody with, might pull
There's
over
a
in front of
chopper
you.
over to third. Pottebaum going to scoop. He'll tag the runner going to third. The throw to first is not in time. Knocking it down was a Mayhall. Good play, though, that time to get that force out over at third base. That's the second out here in the inning. Reaching on the fielder's choice is going to be Craig. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Parker Heisterkamp. Heisterkamp, one of two on the night. Grounded out to short in the first, then singled in the fourth, and it was part of an F8-3 double play for the second out back in that fourth inning. 2 out, runners at first and second. That's a flare. That's going to drop in for another base hit. McDermott coming in. The run going to be sent. The throw will be cut off by Mayhall, and they'll hold runners at the corners. And St. Albert's got their second run here on the board.
Heisterkamp with his second flare base hit into center, basically center field.
So
Crowd
Craig
dad
moves
sitting
over to
over
third.
here, coming back to Carroll to watch his son play on the same diamond he used to play on when he was a youngster at Kuemper.
So Owen Marshall now going to step in. 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in the first, was part of a 4-6-3 double play, and then flew into that F8-3 double play back in the fourth inning. Jansen out of the stretch, runners on the corners, 2 out, breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Molitor consistently giving that outside part of the plate. I like that.
All right, Kemper got 3 in the first and 5 in the third. St. Albert with 1 in the fourth, now 1 so far here in the fifth. Runner goes, and that's going to get into the gap. That's going to be trouble out in left center field. 1 run going to come in to score. 2 runs going to come in to score. And a double for Owen Marshall. And just like that, Doug, you got to get the feeling that St. Albert's kind of back into this ballgame.
Yeah, Riley Bach, coach for Kuemper, going to go out and talk with Jansen, see how he's doing. He's maybe losing a little velocity. I don't know. We talked about possibly injury earlier, that he's not throwing as hard. I'm not quite sure, but Bach will get it figured out.
3 runs here in the inning. And you wonder, ever since we saw him flinch is when St. Albert has started to make their run. So run scored there. By Beck was that first run. Then Craig and Heisterkamp scored there. Doesn't look like we're getting any kind of a pitching change here. Jeremiah Sherrill is the next scheduled hitter for St. Albert. There are 2 outs here in the inning, but Kemper really needs to get out of trouble here in this fifth inning.
Yeah, and I believe not all the damage, but I think the runs have all come after with 2 out.
Yep. Yep, because you had, well, the weird thing is you had that pop up to the first baseman in foul territory. Then you had the error, which should have been the second out. That guy eventually got out over at third on a force play on the tag, but that fielder's choice probably would have been the final out of the inning. So none of the runs in this inning have been earned, even though they put some hits on the board here as of late. So Jeremiah Sherrill will step in. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his first time, and then walked and scored last inning.
Let's get this last out, get back in to the top or the bottom of the inning, and maybe score a run or two ourselves.
And we've said here after Kuemper went up 8-0 going into the fourth that they couldn't relax. I'm not saying they did, but you've seen why you said that couldn't happen, because St. Albert is not going to quit playing.
No, you can tell they're a good baseball team.
And that's why I'm glad baseball didn't switch over to the new softball rules. I understand the new softball rules, but I don't know if I'm in favor of them.
You're talking about the 8-run after?
I don't know if I like 8 after 5. I can understand 10 after 4, but I don't know if I like 8 after 5.
Well, that can happen in 3 innings.
I've seen big innings in softball. You get big innings in baseball. You get big innings in softball all the time. I think they should have kept 15 after 3 and 10 after 4, and I don't know if you do anything after that.
It does minimize those long games that broadcasters can run into when it's 8-1.
Right, it does.
It turns out to be 10-9 the other way.
Yep. I will agree with you on that. And that's why I'm not totally complaining. I don't know if I like it, though. There's a fly ball on an 0-2 pitch out to McDermott. He'll make the catch. St. Albert sends 7 batters to the inning here in the 5th. They push 3 runs across the plate. They trail it 8-4. They pick up those 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and they leave 1 left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Knights on top here, 8-4. We're back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7 and the CV Sports Network YouTube channel.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Collins Aerospace, we believe in investing in our employees' future. That's why we are proud to offer our Employee Scholar Program. Whether you want to pursue a professional certificate or a degree related to the industry, we offer full tuition reimbursement and even paid study time. Our Employee Scholar Program is the perfect tool to help achieve the future you've been dreaming of. At Collins, we don't just want to offer you a job, we want to offer you a career and a future in aerospace. For details on the Collins Aerospace Employee Scholar Program, visit us at careers.rtx.com.
Ryan Sundrup and Alex Pudence are the scheduled hitters. I glanced over into the stands and saw Aubrey Pudence in the house here tonight. Pitch on the way from Ryman. That one taken in there for a strike, and the count 0-1.
Ryman with a big base hit in his last at bat.
Yeah. 1 for 2 is last in tonight, and he had a single his first time up with an RBI, then reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. That one fouled out of play, and the count is 0-2. And I think I said Aubrey Pudence here a moment ago. There's an Aubrey Pudence that plays softball. This was Aubrey Houghton, who's sitting in the stands over there. Yeah. So used to writing Aubrey Pudence now with the softball recap. Strike 3 called on a nice fastball right down the middle, and Ryman will go down looking. That is just the first strikeout here tonight for Craig on the hill, and that's going to bring to the plate now Ryan Sundrup. Sundrup looking for that first hit tonight. He grounded out to short in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd, eventually coming in to score. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and in. 1 ball and no strikes.
Craig settling down a little bit.
Yes.
Didn't give up any runs the last inning and got the first out this inning.
Pop up. That one going to stay on the infield. Sherrill will drift back behind the second base mag. He'll make the catch, and 2 up and 2 down. And Dougie's thrown just 5 pitches here in this inning. Now, I know that Dan Pomeroy told me the other day that they do have a pitch count board for here at Merchants Park. I hope they get it up soon. I'm assuming that it'll be up before the state baseball tournament, but it would be great to have tonight. So then you'd know where these pitchers are at in their pitch count. Pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Prudence tonight popped up to the shortstop in the second for the first out, then single driving in 2 runs and scored in the third. That was actually Griffin Bauer that scored coming in to run for him. One pitch taken downstairs for 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's just the 4th at bat for Prudence on the year.
Yep. And again, a 2 RBI single in his 3rd plate appearance of the season. So that batting average 333. Chopper out to short. Sherrill will wait for it. Now bobbles it and drops it. So that is going to be an error on the shortstop, who's had a really good game defensively.
Yeah, he's made some great plays. He just lost it in the exchange from right hand to left.
And Kuemper has taken advantage of errors here tonight. That is the 3rd one here tonight.
And I think we got Bauer back in to run, too.
Yep, and Bauer back in to run. Thomas Potabom. Bauer with a big lead. Thomas Potabom steps in, takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Potabom tonight 2 for 2. A single in the second. It was thrown out trying to steal second, and then single driving in a run and scored in the third. Throw over to first. Had him leaning.
Almost had it.
Just going to slide around that tag, Doug. He kind of went over on the side. I think didn't give a big target for the first baseman, Yurkowski, to tag.
I was just going to say before, but he was off there a long way. If they throw pitch home, that catcher's going to gun it down because he's way off, and they just did it again.
Yep. And he was again way off before the pitch. And this time the catcher. Again, Hobbs, tries to throw him out, but he's back in safely. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Potabom. Again, a throw over and easily back in this time. That time it was a little shorter lead. But I think now Craig and Hobbs are both aware of him over there. He's been dancing around and doesn't take off on this one. That pitch going to miss downstairs. And that sometimes can get into a pitcher's head, especially when they're in a little bit of a rhythm.
I wouldn't be surprised if we run on this pitch.
Yep, 2-1 pitch coming up here. Pretty good lead again for Bauer. Does not go. Fastball up top. And a 3-1 count. I wouldn't run him here, Doug, because you don't want to force, Potabom to try and feel like he's got to swing at something here. 3-1 pitch coming up. That one is flied out towards the left, but it's going to drift foul over the third base dugout.
Good job there by Potabom, just staying alive.
3 balls and 2 strikes to count now.
Live for another pitch.
Had a really good track season this year, part of one of the relays that made it down to state, the 4x8.
He and Sundrup.
There's a throw over and back in safely. It's going to be Bauer. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Knights leading it right now 8-4. They've out hit them 11-5 tonight. 3 errors on the night for St. Albert, 1 for Kuemper. Fly ball out towards the right. That could be trouble, drifting, and that's going to drop in for another base hit. Back getting to it, but
Potabom with 3 hits on the night.
Yeah, so he's maybe saying, hey, don't be giving away that
player
of the game here too early. I'm not out of the hunt yet. Tristan Jansen going to step in.
Back to the top of the lineup now with Jansen. Now, do you run Potabom here?
Yeah, you could certainly think about it. Potabom's a good base runner, 2 of 2. Do you do one of those things? I don't know if you do that thing where you try to get the guy on first into the pickle to score the guy at third, especially with the top of the order up. I'd hate to end this inning with the top of the order up guys on the corners.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Nice pitch there, but a nice curveball by
Craig.
Yep, Hobbs framed it well, too.
Jansen tonight, 2 for 2. A single and a run scored in the first, a double in the third. There's a line shot that should be caught by Heisterkamp. He'll drop back and now makes the catch.
Good wood on it,
out, is going to end the 5th for the Knights. No runs on it, no hits. There was 1 hit, excuse me. There was a 1 error, and they leave 2 runners left on base. 8-4 Kuemper. We're headed to the 6th. Back in a minute here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Jihado Lujano in the house tonight, watching the ball game here tonight. Had a terrific golf season for the Kuemper girls. Jeff Blankman, Doug Waniger with you here tonight. Cole Hobbs, Kyson Nadjwick, Kale Yurkowski due up for St. Albert. That pitch taken downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Hobbs flew out to center in the second, double driving in a run in the fourth, stole third and when was stranded there. A 1-0 pitch missing inside, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes.
Tristan really, really works fast. You would think maybe getting a little bit later into the game he would slow just a little.
2-0 pitch on the way. Well, some of those guys, Casey Berg, Chris Halber, those guys kept that kind of that quick work even late into ball games.
Cole was the fastest.
Yes.
Plus he threw the ball 90 miles an hour.
Pitch on the way. Now that one in there for a strike. I swear that Chris Halber sometimes would catch the ball standing on the rubber and almost go right back into the windup, but he was so good. 3-1 pitch on the way. There's a chopper over to third. Potabom will dig, fires, 1 up and 1 down on the 5-3 putout.
Nice job.
That'll bring up Kyson Nadjwick. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to right and grounded out to short. And Potabom, nice smooth play that time, Doug.
Yeah, Landon's done a really nice job at third base tonight. He had that one overthrow, but as far as fielding the ball, his dad walking in with his little brothers there. I think they got 3 of them.
So Nadjwick will step in, check swing foul back into the new netting. Doug, what do you like? What do you think about the netting compared to the old chicken wire that we used to have? I miss the sound of the chicken wire, but I like the netting as well.
The netting is less to look through as a curveball just misses inside. But we were talking earlier, the overall makeup of the park, it's just beautiful. Just fantastic.
I like the change to the dugouts.
The bleachers.
1-1 pitch, pop foul back out of play. I like the extended bleachers now on the outside.
They raised them too, which the first 4 rows you could never see over the dugouts. It made no sense to have them there, but they raised those up. So now all the seats in the bleachers can see the baseball field.
1-2 offering coming up here. Just misses low and away. Doug and I thinking the same thing. Jim Molitor, I think, wanted to call that one, but just missed.
He's been given that outside. That one was a little outside, though.
2-2 pitch, fouled out of play. I think Mayhall giving chase as his Sundrop, and that one's going to stay in play. Man, I'm not reading the ball off the bat very well tonight, and the count stays 2-2.
Great hustle by Ryan Sundrop and Charlie Mayhall to get down there. Second baseman over there as well.
Doug, I think I'm going to have to get a hold of my eye doctor and maybe get an appointment here.
I got a floater tonight, I can tell.
You?
I get that once in a while, and
no, I've had bifocals for a few years now. I think I need them done again. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a chopper. That'll be a base hit out into right field, just under the glove of Mayhall. Jamie Ostrander still in business, right?
Yes,
right.
He's my eye doctor as well.
He? Okay. I will have to reach out to him. Man, I can't believe I share an eye doctor with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's having an interesting summer, too. His first year without softball in about 10 years. Both
I haven't seen him at a softball game, Cal Yurkowski stepping in, 0 for 2 here tonight. St. Albert still trying to rally, throws the fastball inside. That's going to slip away from Pudens as it almost hit the runner, and a good glove out there at second base that time by Noah Ryman to keep that one from sailing out into center field. Nadjwick will get credited with the stolen base. Count's going to go to 1-0 to Yurkowski. He doesn't have to bunt now unless they want to try and move him over to third. But Kuemper was up comfortably here, 8-0, but now just seems like St. Albert's got the momentum. There's a little flare on the infield coming in as Ryman. He'll make the catch.
Snowcone net
almost popped out, and there are now 2 outs in the inning. And Doug didn't get that second hand up there till he wanted to make the exchange.
Yeah. Kids just don't use 2 hands on catches anymore. And I kind of get it because the gloves are a lot bigger, a lot softer. They're not stiff like they used to be years ago. But I still like getting that second hand in the area.
Connor Holly steps in. He'll take the first pitch inside for ball one. Holly over 2 tonight, flew out to right in the third, then reached on an error in the fifth. Eventually, it was a force out over at third for the second out of that inning.
Let's just forget about that runner down at second base, get this hitter and get out of this inning, and then
he's going to hit him. Yep, and that one gets him right in the back, and that'll be the second hit by pitch tonight for Tristan Jansen. And Connor Holly feeling that one as he's slowly jogging down to first base. Avery Beck, the right fielder, going to step in.
I think both of those hit by pitches, and he's had a couple other ones where it's curveballs that just didn't break.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if the ball always coming out of the hand exactly where he wants it. Again, our Culver's player of the game coming up in the postgame. Culver's celebrating 40 years in business, 13 of those years in Carroll. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. And Doug, I tell you what, their custard.
I can't drink. I
can't
eat
it. You
but,
can't. That's
but I
right.
will
But
say,
it's really good.
I will say this: their burgers,
bacon double cheeseburgers.
Their burgers are the best.
Yep. I enjoy some Culver's now and then.
Whenever Cal and I want to go for a quick lunch, that's where we go.
Lance Betts coming in as a pinch runner.
They've also got good onion rings.
I'm not an onion ring guy, so I've never gotten into those, so I can't say that I know. Back will step in now. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Runner goes. They've got him. And did they get the tag in time? They're going to say that they got that tag in time. Second pick off of tonight.
Beautiful
for
throw
Alex
by
Pudens.
Yeah, beautiful throw by Pudens. Nice job down there by Potabom fielding it. And that's one of those, they easily beat it. The guy's going to have to make a heck of a slide to get around a tag, and because normally the umpire's going to call that out.
No runs, a one hit, no errors, one left. We're through 5.5. Kuemper leads at 8-4. We're coming back with the bottom of the sixth in 1 minute here on the CB Sports Network. Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Oh, hell no, not again. Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Job Blankman along with Doug Waniger tonight. Casey Miner's hanging out over to my right. Good to have Casey back in the area. Pitch on the way up top. Of course, he's running our video with the audio tonight, so you can watch and listen to this one on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. He hasn't lost his touch, so he's doing a good job over there. Pitch on the way. Popped up. That's drifting out towards shallow left. Sherrill, the shortstop, going to drift back. He'll make the catch. And that is the first out here as Mason Nurl goes down. That'll bring up Aaron McDermott. He'll be followed by Charles Mayhall.
You know, the pitcher Craig started out kind of a rough night. Knight's got 3 in the first, 5 in the third, and then the bats have kind of gone silent here the last 2.5 innings.
And Doug, I tell you what that shows Craig now is that this coaching staff has some faith in him. Sometimes you'll see coaches, and I understand it, not saying that they're wrong, but they pull a pitcher as soon as they start to struggle. And that pitcher never learns how to kind of battle through the struggles. But tonight he battled through the struggles, and they stuck with him. And they've got a chance still in this one, even though it's going to be tough to rally from down 4 in the 7th.
Craig just a sophomore, too. So,
yep. This is a confidence boost for him.
Showing some real endurance coming back here and throwing well these last 3 innings.
1-1 pitch misses. Count goes to 2-1. McDermott tonight singled and scored in the first, and he's grounded out to third his other 2 times up. That was in the 3rd and the 4th inning. Kuemper again with that 5-run 4th inning, kind of the 5-run 3rd inning, kind of the difference in the game right now. 3-1 as that pitch misses downstairs.
Just down.
And the count on McDermott.
McDermott having a heck of a nice season. Came into the ball game hitting .333, had 19 RBIs. We talked about that earlier as he draws a walk.
And that'll be the first walk given up here tonight for Craig. Ryan Sundrup down in the Kuemper bullpen warming up maybe for that 7th inning. And we are going to get a runner coming out, and that's going to be Griffin Bauer. He is going to run at first base again for McDermott this time.
Charlie Mayhall got a couple of base hits tonight. 2 doubles, I think.
Yeah, doubled in the first, driving in a run and scored. Doubled in the third and scored. Grounded out to third in the fourth. Takes the first pitch for ball 1, 1-0 pitch. Just misses, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Pool quiet tonight. I think they probably close around 8 o'clock. We're a little bit past that, but today was one of the first really nice days, Doug, to have the pool open.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they're not having staffing issues like maybe they've had in the past.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm too old to go to the pool, and I don't know how to swim. So
there's
either
more
one
than
of those
age
go
that
away.
keeps you from going to the pool.
3-0 pitch coming up. That
Sorry
one
to
is
take
back out of play, and the count will run to 3-1. What are you saying, Doug?
Nothing. You know, the Mayhall's the best athlete in the family, of course, was Kate.
Yes.
And unfortunately,
there's line
another
shot
rip.
base hit. That's going to be at least 2. Bauer will round second. They're going to hold him up at third. And 3 doubles on the night here for Charles Mayhall.
Yeah.
And Bauer over to third. And that'll be the 13th hit of the night here tonight for the Kuemper Knights. And Doug, you were talking about Catherine Mayhall. What a special, not just athlete, but special young person.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten to know her a little bit more. She graduates. She goes to school down at Benedictine where my son is at, so get to talk to her here and there. But just a really, really good young lady.
Landon Potabom will step in. Pitch on the way. That one up top. 1 ball and no strikes.
She did have the scoring record in both
soccer and in basketball. And assist record as well in basketball, right?
Could be.
Could be, I think, but don't quote me on that. Pitch on the way. Fouled down the first base line. Back giving chase. And again, that one's going to be well out of play.
Sierra Putins took
1-1.
the soccer record this year. It still has another year to play, but Kate did it in 3 years as well, as I believe she had COVID.
There was a COVID year in there, where she didn't get to play. Yep, Kate was a special one, that's for sure. Probably going to go down in the books as one of the greatest to play in Kuemper. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, chopped, and that'll be a base hit as the infield was driven in. 1 run comes in to score. 2nd run being waved home. That Mayhall is going to come in to score. And now moving up to second is going to be Potabom as the throw came to the plate. He moves up to second on the 2 RBI single.
Great hit by Potabom. Great awareness down at first base. Once he rounded the bag, looked to where the ball was at, and hustled down to second base and gets himself into scoring position. Is going to have a timeout here by St. Albert's as they're finally getting to Mr. Craig again.
I think we're going to get a pitching change here, more than likely. I think they've had some activity in the bullpen as well. But they're bringing in Mr. Beck from out in right field, and I think those 2 are going to swap positions. We'll step away back right after this. 1 minute and a half break right here on Kick 106.7.
Area high school students have several college courses available to them at the DMAC Carroll campus and the Templeton Regional Center. The courses and books are available to students at no cost. High school students, contact your high school counselor today to talk about how DMAC college credits can be a part of your high school plan.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Avery Beck, the sophomore, the new pitcher here for St. Albert, as we're here in the bottom of the sixth. The Knights have pushed the lead to 10-4. Beck tonight making his 5th appearance. Does not have a win or a loss. He's thrown 8 innings, given up 6 hits and 6 runs. 4 of those are earned. His ERA at 3.50. Walked 5, hit 1, struck out 6. His walks and hits per innings pitched 1.38. Opponent's batting 158 against him. In his first pitch to Noah Ryman, get him his low and away, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. And again, Craig moves out to right field. So those two guys just swapping positions. Potabom, pretty comfortable lead out there at second. Pitch on the way. That's a chopper over to third. Knocked down by Najwick. The throw to third going to be in time, the first in time. And moving down to third is going to be Potabom.
Ryman making good contact. Nice play by the third baseman. Knocked it down.
Yep.
Looked the runner back, but wasn't able to hold him.
He showed to be a pretty heady play. Kyson Najwick, just a freshman. So the future for St. Albert looking pretty good. Ryan Sundrup stepping in, looking for his first hit here tonight. Sundrup grounded out to short in the first, reached on an error and scored in the third, and then flew out to the shortstop in the 5th.
Like we said, St. Albert's had a good program for a long time, just a little bit down.
Chopper again, Najwick will field. The throw to first is in time. We'll let Doug finish that thought when we come back. We're headed to the 7th. Knights lead it by a score of 10-4. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors. They leave 1 left on base. The 7th inning is 1 minute away right here on Kick 106.7.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Avery Beck, the new pitcher, will be followed by Pabin Craig, who's out in right field, and then the top of the order, and Parker Heisterkamp, Jeff Blankman, and Doug Waniger with you. Casey Miners running our video. We head to the top of the 7th. The Knights up 10-4. And Doug, you got some Hawkeye football news from a former Kuemper Knight.
Yeah, DJ Vanami, of course, was selected to stay with the team this year. He made that roster. And on the Hawkeye Heaven page, 81 days until Hawkeye football, featuring tight end DJ Vanami. A nice picture of him with his weight and height, and being a graduate of Kuemper Catholic and from Breda, Iowa. So congratulations to DJ. I know you're looking forward, as am I, to his career, and me looking forward to getting down there to see him play.
Wishing him the best of luck, along with Ty Nissen, of course, down there as well. There's a swing and a miss. A couple of area kids, and I wish them all the success in the world.
Yeah, now if you ever need somebody to do a story and you would like somebody to get a press pass possibly, I think I know somebody that can help you out.
Okay. Well, we tried to get press credentials last year, and they told us we weren't good enough.
Well, it's because you're a Nebraska fan. They probably
it was KC, who's a Hawkeye fan. 3-1 pitch misses inside. So, but, we were just simply told we weren't good enough a year ago. So I won't go any further than that.
Weren't good enough as good enough broadcasters?
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the true story.
By the way, we start getting off the walk.
Yeah, I know. I mentioned that.
Okay.
So we're going to get a runner over at first base. Sawyer Sheffield coming in to run for Beck. Yeah, even you won't be real thrilled with the email that we got in return. I don't even know if Casey thought it was real nice. There's a pop-up on the infield. Neuro calling everybody off. He is battling, but he makes the catch. And there is a 1 out here in the inning. Let's just say I've never had a score respond that way before. in 27 years in this business. Parker Heisterkamp will
Well,
step in.
you probably had the Cornhusker logo on your email or something.
No, I did not. It was a work email. And Casey's the one that sent the email.
Parker Heisterkamp with a couple of base hits and RBI in the ball game.
Pitch on the way up top. 1-0 the count. Heisterkamp grounded out to short in the first, singled in the fourth, was eventually part of a double play, and then single driving in a run and scored in the fifth. Pitch on the way. Knights lead this one 10-4. That one taken outside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Let's just say the same email was sent to Iowa State because we have kids playing there as well, and they gave us 2 credentials. Pitch on the way. That one inside, 3-0 the count.
Yeah, I talked to, drawing a blank now, football coach. His son played at Carroll High, plays over there for Iowa State.
Oh,
Ryan
Cook.
Ryan Cook.
Yes.
Sorry, Ryan.
Yes.
But, I talked to him in the grocery store the other day, and super nice guy. Really
very nice
excited
guy.
about his son.
And he's got a chance to see the field this year.
Quite a bit.
Yep. 3-1 pitch coming up. That one taken inside for ball 4. So the Knights with a couple of walks here, with a 1 out here in the 7th inning. Jansen's now walked 3 and hit 2 here in the ballgame. Again, Mason Nealon and I will type up recap stories on the CB Sports Network.
Kemper up
Brinks
10-4.
Exterior Sports Report. Yep. Owen Marshall stepping in. Marshall 2 for 3 tonight. Singled in the first. Was part of a 4-6-3 double play. Flew out to center in the third. Then single driving in 2 runs in the fifth.
That's 5 straight balls now from Tristan.
I want to give another shout out to one of the great coaches that I ever got a chance to work with, Tyler Edwards. Hanging out listening to the ball game on the deck tonight. There's a swing and a miss, and the count 1-1.
Big swing and a miss.
Miss Tyler being in the area. Always had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, he was always, very cordial with your radio staff. And
1-1 pitch, fouled out of play up the first base side. The thing I always remember besides him being a terrific coach was we would go down to MC's on Saturday morning and I would order breakfast. And while I was interviewing the coaches, they would come out and set it about the time they knew I was going to be done interviewing coaches. Well, Tyler would always grab my breakfast and act like he was going to eat it while I was interviewing the coach.
Pitch outside 2-2.
That'll run the count to 2-2.
I'm surprised he didn't eat it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. 10-4 Kuemper with the lead. There's a chopper. Jansen will knock it down. Thought about going to 2, but wisely Doug makes the play over to first just to get that out. That's all you need is that out at first. There's now 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The Knights are just now an out away from getting out of this one with a win, and Jeremiah Sherrill, the shortstop, going to step in. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the first, walked and scored in the fourth, and flew out to center in that 5th inning. That was a key play by Tristan Jansen.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice job of knocking that down. That ball was hit hard.
Mackey Motors tailgate coming up, and we're going to get the 3rd hit by pitch here tonight from Tristan Jansen, and that's going to load up the bases. And Sherrill
he plucked
feeling
him
that
pretty
one.
good,
Yep.
too.
Yep. So Cole Hobbs will step in now when we get back to action. Sherrill still trying to shake that one off as he took that one, I think, right in the back. And he is going to grab the helmet and toss everything back towards the dugout and now work his way. And a good thing, the whole crowd, even the Kuemper crowd, giving him some applause there because I tell you what, it does not feel good when you get hit in certain spots in the back.
Yeah, every baseball fan appreciates the fact that a kid shakes that off and runs down to first base. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt.
Hobbs will step in. Flew out to center in the second. Double driving in a run in the fourth. Was stranded at third. And then grounded out to the third baseman in the 6th.
Does make every base live now. Knights just need
1 out to
get out of this.
And they would pick up their 9th win of the season, 6th in conference play. Pitch on the way. That went outside for ball 1. And I know we saw Sundrup warming up. I'm sure Coach Bach and the rest of the staff would like to get through this game without probably having to replace another pitcher. Pitch on the way, or throw another one. There was a foul back up against the screen. If they can just use one guy, that would be big for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Get through these games. And, there's a lot of games in a short amount of time. We talked about here we are June 10th or something like that, and the baseball season already half over.
1-1 pitch coming up. Coach Bach, one of the guys expected to join us here in the Mackey Motors tailgate following this game. We'll also have our Culver's player of the game. Culver's celebrating 40 years in business and 13 of these years in Carroll. Culver's welcome to Delicious. And that one just misses. And the count 2-2.
Tristan wanted that one too. He was thinking he might get it.
I wanted that one. 2-2 pitch coming up. Your bases loaded,
Kuemper
2 out.
fans.
Pitch on the way. Shot out towards left. That could be trouble. And that is going to be off the bottom of the wall. 3 runs are going to come in to score, and we've got a 10-7 ball game. And the double by Cole Hobbs.
And that's going to bring Bach out of the dugout. I got a feeling we're going to see a pitching change. Hobbs got a lot of that. Bounced up against the fence at about the 350 mark?
Yeah, up by the 362 sign. I thought it was gone, Doug, when it left the bat. And that certainly had a chance. So we'll see.
And that was on a 2-2
and they are
count.
going to call. Yep, they are going to call for a pitching change here. Sundrup coming in, and we will get the pitching change. We'll step away, take a break. Back in a minute and a half here on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. Knight's lead is cut to 10-7 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Collins Aerospace, we believe in investing in our employees' future. That's why we are proud to offer our Employee Scholar Program. Whether you want to pursue a professional certificate or a degree related to the industry, we offer full tuition reimbursement and even paid study time. Our Employee Scholar Program is the perfect tool to help achieve the future you've been dreaming of. At Collins, we don't just want to offer you a job, we want to offer you a career and a future in aerospace. For details on the Collins Aerospace Employee Scholar Program, visit us at careers.rtx.com.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
St. Albert, Sundrup the senior, making his 6th appearance. He's 1-0 on the year, throwing 8 1/3 innings, giving up 10 hits and 4 runs. Again, 4 of those have been earned. His ERA at 3.36. He hasn't walked anybody. He has hit 1, struck out 8. Walks and hits per innings pitched at 1.20. And opponents are batting .303 against him this season. He'll face Kyson Nadjwick, and there's a foul ball back up against the screen.
You like to see that pitcher come in, relief pitcher come in and start that first batter with a strike.
Runner at second, and that is, of course, Cole Hobbs, who just doubled off the bottom of the wall out in left center field. 10-7 Kuemper with the lead. Pitch on the way. That one is flied out towards McDermott. He's coming in. Can he get there in time? He'll slide in, make the catch for the final out of the ball game. That'll wrap it up. Kuemper had to hold on, but they pick up a 10-7 win here tonight. Doug and I are back with the Mackey Motors tailgate. That is coming up for you next right here on Kick 106.7.
For over 50 years, Pringer Slumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, 3rd generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer Slumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer Slumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Area high school students have several college courses available to them at the DMAC Carroll campus and the Templeton Regional Center. The courses and books are available to students at no cost. High school students, contact your high school counselor today to talk about how DMAC college credits can be a part of your high school plan.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Nicole Unken at Nicole Unken Agency.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Mackey Motors tailgate for you here tonight on Kick 106.7 and the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. Kuemper picking up a 10-7 victory here tonight against, of course, St. Albert. Jumped out early in this one, and then St. Albert made a run at him. Joining us right now, though, is the Knights' Charles Mayhall, who had a huge night here tonight, especially at the plate. Charles, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good win for you and the guys. You guys had beaten them 5-0 earlier this year. You jump out 8-0. It didn't look like there was any relaxing. What did St. Albert do well after that to be able to come back?
I think they hit the ball well. I think they had 7 hits, and I think they had timely hits too. I think when they had runners on, they scored them.
So for you at the plate, 3 doubles tonight, seeing the ball well
Yeah.
here tonight. How are you able to pick up Pat and Craig so well and be able to hit the ball as well as you did?
Well, I know I went 0 for yesterday, so I really needed to bounce back, and this was a great game, great opportunity. I always look to jump first pitch, and he was giving me good first pitches. So yeah.
What was he starting you guys with a lot of times? Because it looked like he was throwing a lot of off-speed stuff, but the fastball wasn't real fast, so sometimes hard to pick up whether it was a fastball up here.
Yeah, I think my first couple IBs, he started off with throwing me first pitch curveballs, and then I think my last AB, I just hit the first pitch fastball, so it worked out pretty well.
What did you guys do well there early to be able to, especially that 5-run third, to jump out to this big lead early?
I think our energy and I think also the hitting we had was definitely contagious. I think we definitely had great timely hits as well. I just think we just came out and jumped on them and played well.
What did this win mean for you guys here early? You're sitting 9-6. We're not really early in the season. It's kind of the midway point, but now you're 2-0 against St. Albert this season.
Yeah, I think it's good for us. Got our second sweep on the conference teams, and yesterday was we got 1-1 with Corndale, so it's good to really bounce back and get back on track.
Defensively, I thought you guys were sharp at times, but a couple of mistakes kind of kept them in the game, just like some of their mistakes kind of allowed you guys to score some extra runs tonight. But where's this defense at? What did you see over there at first base from your defense tonight?
I thought we played clean. I don't really think it's either I think we're doing good on the physical part. I don't think we're making much physical errors. I think it's more mentally. So once we start to clean that up, we'll be a really hard team to beat.
Where has this team kind of probably grown the most as this season's gone on?
I think our pitching. Our pitching's been really well. I think last time we played these guys, Landon had 64 pitches and Tristan was probably like at 80, which is pretty good. And obviously, we hit the ball really well, and I think we're starting to really keep that going.
You mentioned Tristan. What did you see from him on the hill tonight?
Throwing strikes, letting us make plays, and that's about it, yeah.
You guys off now until next week. What do you do here during this break and stuff before you guys get Atlantic for another varsity doubleheader on Monday?
I think just resting up. We have had a couple hard weeks, tough weeks, and I think rest will be a big part of it.
Well, we haven't officially announced it yet, but you're our Culver's player of the game. So congratulations. Great effort out of you tonight.
Thank you.
Enjoy a few days maybe without having to travel at night for games. And best luck coming up Monday.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. Charles Mayhall again with the Kuemper Knights joining us here. I see Coach Bach making his way up, and we'll get Coach Bach on the headsets here real quick, and then we'll get Doug back on to wrap up the broadcast here tonight. But, Coach, good win for you and the guys here tonight. Kind of had to hold on, and I'm sure you'd like to probably finish this one a little cleaner or whatever and get out of here with a little more comfortable win. But you saw the guys battle and make some plays when they needed to down the stretch.
Yeah, it's a really good win. Hit the ball really well. It came a little closer than we really wanted to at the end, but overall, it's a really good night.
What did you see from Tristan early? Because he seemed to be kind of in control early, and then we noticed a couple of flinches, like he bent over, like I don't know if there was anything wrong or if he was just frustrated that he missed outside on a couple of pitches, but it seemed after that maybe he wasn't quite as crisp. I think he still threw well, but maybe not quite as crisp.
Yeah, I think that's just Tristan. He gets a little twitchy sometimes out there, but no, he was really good tonight. Efficient early in the game. Really kind of in the strike zone, kind of dominated the strike zone early, which is something we've kind of been talking about after his last couple starts. So, really happy with his performance. Made St. Albert's kind of earn it at the plate. Didn't walk a whole bunch of guys. So, it's a really good performance from Tristan.
Had to really like the defense, especially early. Their first two base runners got wiped out by double plays, one a 4.63, the other an F8.3 double play. So what did you see from the defense, especially early tonight?
Yeah, really clean baseball. Made one error, but overall, that's really clean baseball from us. Stranded a couple guys early, able to kind of keep their bats at bay and, able to play clean baseball like that. And, it's overall, I think that's just a really good night of baseball from us.
Charles said that you guys wanted to be aggressive at the plate tonight, really look for that first pitch. Had you guys seen Craig? What was kind of the report you had on him, and what was it about being aggressive early in the count?
We had not seen him yet, but, that's something we've kind of just been preaching all year to the guys. Kind of no matter who we're seeing, just kind of being aggressive, attacking fastballs early in the account. And really, it just kind of paid off well tonight. I mean, anytime we can get 14 hits in the night, we know eventually it's going to pay off, and it really did in a big way. Was able to get 10 runs. So, the guys swung it really well. Charlie with three doubles was awesome to see. So, it's just it's a really good night to see the bats come alive, and it was really fun.
Talk us through that sixth inning. Probably in a way good that you guys got those 3 runs that you did, or 2 runs that you did that inning to extend this to a 10-4 leader. Things could have got really interesting. Tying run would have been at second, but great to get some runs late in the game and stretch that lead.
Yeah, we talked about it in the dugout with the guys there right before the 6th. Can't ever have enough. Kind of something we're just always preaching to the guys. Trying to get a couple insurance runs just makes things a little bit easier going out for the 7th. With the 4-run lead, you still feel pretty good in the 7th, but with the 6-run lead, things feel a heck of a lot more comfortable. So, just being able to grab a couple more, getting a big base hit there from Landon to grab a couple more runs, makes things feel a lot better going out there for the 7th. And obviously, it made things feel really a lot more comfortable after, 3 runs from them. So, yeah, it paid off in a big way for us.
Do you guys take a little time off here, or what do you focus on for the rest of this week? You're off now until Monday, so you got a few days before your next game.
Yeah, really a weird week for us.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of been joking about it since I've been involved in the program, and as a coach and a player, I don't think we've ever had a week like
No.
this. So I think we're all kind of looking forward to it, really, to be honest with you. But we'll keep grinding away here. We'll give them a day off on Thursday, and we'll practice a little bit tomorrow, and we'll have a long practice on Friday before the weekend, and just keep kind of grinding and cleaning some little things up, and it's a really good chance to practice for us, as we don't get a lot of these opportunities with how many games that we're kind of playing in most weeks. So a couple guys are kind of banged up right now too, so it's a chance for us to kind of recover and get ready for the last kind of 3 weeks, which is very, very busy. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to a little bit of downtime.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Appreciate you coming up and joining us, and I know you'll send it out, so I'm going to thank you now for the email with the official stats coming up here in a little bit.
Yeah, you bet, Jeff. Thanks for the coverage. Go Knights.
You bet. Head coach, again, Riley Bach with the Kuemper Knights. We'll get Doug Waniger back on the headset here and get some final thoughts from him before we wrap up our coverage here tonight. We already did announce again our Culver's player of the game. As with Charles here, I had to kind of tell him he was player of the game. But Doug, your thoughts on this win here tonight and what this meant and what the Knights did well here tonight?
I was just telling Coach Bach, earlier in the year, before the game started, they were worried about hitting the baseball. And I said, every time I come, you get 12, 13 hits. So he just invited me to be the bus driver and go to all the home or the away games as well. But no, that's the thing that I'm seeing is just really good focus at the plate. They're not swinging at bad pitches. They jumped on pitches early. They saw that fastball that they wanted and just drove it. I don't think we had maybe one strikeout tonight.
Let me look. Yeah,
or if any,
just the one.
Just the one. I thought it was just one. So, you're putting the bat on the baseball, and a lot of the outs were good, solid outs. So, even when we didn't get hits, we still put the bat on the ball. But no, just this team, and that's kind of Kuemper baseball. They play Coach Snyder, Coach Bach is continuing it. Good team baseball, play together, have fun. Coach, you're not going to win all those conference games when you play so many together, but work at getting better as the year goes on. And I really like what I saw tonight.
Team's got a chance to be very dangerous, I think, in the postseason. Kuemper winning it here tonight again by a final of 10-7. Let's look at the Kuemper hitting stats here tonight. Tristan Jansen tonight, 2 for 3 with a run scored. He had a double in there. Mason Nurl goes 1 for 4. Aaron McDermott 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. It was Griffin Bauer with a run scored as a pinch runner for him. Charles Mayhall 3 for 4 with 3 doubles, an RBI, and 3 runs scored. Landon Potabom 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. Noah Ryman 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Ryan Sundrup 0 for 4 with a run scored. Alex Pudent 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI. Griffin Bauer there with a run scored. And Thomas Potabom tonight also 3 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. He had a really good game. Here's the pitching stats unofficially for Kuemper. Tristan Jansen 6 2/3 picks up the win, gave up 3 hits and 4 runs. One of those was earned, and actually his runs I got to adjust as that is going to go up here again because he'll have 7 and I got to redo my numbers. Ryan Sundrup did come in and throw the final 1/3 of an inning here tonight. So Kuemper wins it by a final of 10-7. Again, our Culver's player of the game is Charles Mayhall. For my broadcast partner tonight, Mr. Doug Waniger. For our videographer tonight, Casey Miners, this is Jeff Blankman saying thank you for listening to baseball coverage here on Kick 106.7.